Hello, my name is Stephen Blum. I'm the CTO of PubNub.
And I'm Craig Conover. I manage customer support.
Awesome. Today we're going to be talking about mobile push gateways, APNS, GCM, Windows messaging service.
Right.
Some of the common questions that we have with our customers.
Exactly. So the first question is, how is subscribing to real-time messages different from push notifications?
Right. So on PubNub we have a way of receiving messages over channels. And that gives you lots of different options through the myriad of mobile gateways. In addition to PubNub's network, we connect directly to Google and Apple and Microsoft's push notification networks. We give you lots of fun ways to do this. First off, subscribing to a PubNub channel to the PubNub network is as simple as issuing a subscribe call on the channel that you're interested in. But if you want to receive push notifications through the Apple gateway, you use a device registry function that's available in the iOS SDK. Or Java and Android, you have the Google device registry API method. Same with Windows.
Right. Well, when it comes to receiving the information, how is it different in real time versus a push notification? So basically, when the device is active or the app is in the foreground versus the background in those scenarios. So how does that work?
Yeah, so data is received differently based on the state of the app or where the user is sitting on the app. For example, if we register for an APN channel on Apple's network, but we also subscribe to the app on a PubNub low latency, high speed data connection, we're going to be receiving the data on both of the networks, depending on the state of the app, right? So if we're in the app and we're live, we're going to receive the data on PubNub subscribe channel, which means you're going to get really fast, low speed, or I mean super high speed and high reliability. But when the app is in the background, it's going to be coming a little bit slower because Apple doesn't provide any guarantees or things like that. But it's in the background, and when that happens, a giant pop-up will occur on the screen saying, "Hey, alert!" notifying the end user of something.
Right. Yeah. So when the app is in the foreground, you will receive both the real-time message, and slightly thereafter you will receive the push notification from APNS or GCM. So there is a method for each platform. In particular with iOS, it's did receive remote notification, and you would just simply receive the message and then just swallow it, just do nothing with it, because you've already got the real-time message.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
All right. And when we're publishing these messages, how do we format the message so that it goes to the real-time subscribers, and also a push notification is sent out for those that are not subscribed in real time?
Right. And we provide, through a single API method, the ability to broadcast across all these networks simultaneously. And the way we allow you to do that is through defining specific keys in your payload. And in the payload, you would identify the Apple key, the GCM key, or the Windows gateway key. And it's simply prefixed PN_APNS for Apple's network, or PN_GCM for the Google network. And inside of that object, you would paste the information that Apple is expecting to receive based on their standard docs. Same with Google.
Right, right. And within each one of those specific gateways, PN, APS, and GCM, there are certain restrictions on data lengths.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, the entire message can be up to 32 kilobytes because that's what we allow through our system.
Mm-hmm.
But for APNS, it's 2 kilobytes.
That's right. Yeah, APS used to be 256 bytes maximum. Apple was gracious and they increased the size to 2 kilobytes. With Google, we get 4K, and with Windows, we also get 4K.
Right, right. So inside of those specific sections for each one of those platforms, they have to, the character length has to be within those restrictions. But the overall message that goes to the real-time channel can be 32 kilobytes.
Precisely, yeah.
Right. And finally, when you are developing your apps and you're trying to implement these push notifications, you may, at times, maybe you're not receiving push notifications, maybe you're getting some errors or just unexpected results. You would want to debug what's going on. So are there any techniques for doing that?
There are. We had some foresight developing our gateway services to the big names, Apple, Google, and Microsoft. We have the ability to send you feedback loop on a debug channel. And the debug channel is based on the channel name that the device was registered to. So for example, if the channel name was ABC, the debug channel name would be
ABC-PN debug.
ABC-P and Debug, and you can subscribe to this channel on the Dev console, and then you can receive all the feedback. Was it successfully delivered over the Apple network, or was it a malformed payload?
Right. And in order to receive these high-level debug informations, you would need to, in the message payload that you publish, you need to indicate pn_debug : true.
Yes.
That will indicate to the PubNub push server to send any of that information onto the -p and debug channel.
That makes a lot of sense. So on your behalf, we'll publish the debug information to the debug channel.
Right.
It does incur a message cost.
That's right.
So that's why we've made it optional on a per message basis to enable.
Excellent.
Cool.
I think
All right.
that wraps it up.
We did it.
Excellent.
Cool. Thank you.